Good morning. Well, yesterday we again broke some records, and today we're looking at more of the same as well, with warmer air still holding on here in the valley. And this morning it's pretty mild out there for December morning, and we've got good visibility in Fargo, and in the northern valley it's a little different. Grand Forks, it's more on the foggy side, so that's one thing to watch out for. But otherwise, as you're stepping out the door today, it should be pleasant again for December. Here's a look at our records for today. A couple of things. We were watching the overnight lows for setting perhaps some record high minimum temperatures, so warmest low temperatures on this date. I've crossed those out now because we've already reached lows into the 20s in both Fargo and in Grand Forks, so that negates doing or setting that record. However, this afternoon our record highs in the 40s and 50s at Fargo and at two of our climate sites in Grand Forks, and you can see where our forecast is at, some low to mid 50s, and so we're looking at either tying or surpassing records for today in both of our metros. So again, a warm one ahead. We're up to 33 degrees in Fargo. It's 27 in Grand Forks. Some places again well into that above freezing range, into some mid 30s in Lakes Country. Elbow Lake, one of our warm spots, at 36 degrees. Wind is on the light side, less than 10 miles per hour in most areas, and we'll expect to have that wind be on the lighter side at least for a little while this morning before we see that change heading into later today. And that's all, of course, leading up to our next system moving in, bringing a return of winter weather. So for today, we're starting off this morning with some passing areas of clouds. You can see the rain and snow to the north of us, north of the border, north and west especially, and that's the direction we'll be looking for our next round. So here's what to expect today. It's another day to get out and enjoy the weather if you can. Go for a quick little walk this afternoon, or maybe just step outside for even just a few minutes and take in that sunshine. We're looking at some sun this morning. Once that fog lifts in some areas, it might take a little longer for you to see it in some of those locations, but a lot of us will get to enjoy some sunnier skies here. And then heading into the noon hour, we'll see temperatures getting into the 40s, and by the afternoon, 40s and 50s, with our warmest numbers more likely in the southern valley again today. Wind at that point, this is 3 p.m. You can see it's starting to pick up, and we're going to have gusts 20s, 30 miles per hour coming up for this afternoon, and then continuing on into tonight. So the wind increasing in advance of the system moving in. Later tonight, we'll start to see those clouds push in, and into tomorrow morning, we may have a few areas where we have some light drizzle as the system is approaching, maybe a few flurries and flakes to start off Friday morning. But again, I want to stress that our models have delayed the onset of this more into the second half of the day Friday, and this carries on into Saturday. So let's talk about that. We're going to see that potential for, again, a few areas of moisture in the morning hours Friday, but temperatures are looking pretty warm, mid 30s to some low 40s, even into the noon hour. And then here comes the snow. We're looking at 3 o'clock Friday afternoon. Might be a bit of a mix going on at this point still as well, but watch what happens as we head into the nighttime hours tonight. That snow finally starts to spread in that wraparound of that low that's passing by. And as that's happening, the temperatures are going to be dropping. We're looking at, nighttime temperatures starting to get into that freezing range, especially in the north and west. And then this carries on into the day on Saturday. So the chances for accumulation now looking a little bit better, especially in the northern valley. So we're going to get into that coming up here in just a couple of minutes. But again, the focus for today on the beautiful temperatures and weather that we're going to be experiencing coming up here for one more day in the forecast. So again, looking good for today, and then we've got to be prepared for some wintry weather Friday and into early Saturday. But temperatures still mild all the way through our 11-day planner as we're working our way through December.
Yeah, and a little bit of spring, a little bit of fall, and then winter shows up tomorrow. We're kind of just really in for it this week.
Yeah, you're gonna want to pay extra attention as we head into the end of the week. You can always check the Valley News Live weather app for the latest as things are changing hour by hour.
Okay, well, I plan to soak up the sun and those warm temperatures today, Lisa.
Yeah, me too.
All right, good deal.